to the YouTube channel of Solidum Lawyers, your reliable source for legal advice in the digital world. Today, we will explore how to protect ourselves online. In an interconnected world where the digitization of our personal and corporate lives is advancing at an unprecedented pace, cybersecurity has emerged as an essential bastion against the threats that lurk in the vast ocean of the network. Nonetheless, the question persists: are we really equipped to defend our most valuable information from digital intruders? In this era where privacy and security are constantly challenged, the importance of being well-informed and prepared cannot be underestimated. Today, from Solidum Lawyers, we embark on an essential journey towards understanding and implementing fundamental online security measures, backed by the rigorous regulation enforced in Ecuador, as well as by international standards that define the framework for data protection and cybersecurity. We will cover from the basic principles of personal data protection, a cornerstone of our privacy, to strategies for shielding business information against digital incursions. The organic law of personal data protection in Ecuador sets a clear precedent for information security, demanding from organizations not only the compliance with strict data processing and protection standards, but also the adoption of proactive measures to prevent security breaches. Similarly, in the international arena, the General Data Protection Regulation (GDPR) of the European Union poses comparable demands, underscoring the importance of data security at a global level. In this context, we commit to offering you a practical and accessible guide that serves as a shield in the defense of our most precious information. From individuals seeking to protect their privacy in the daily digital life to businesses facing the challenge of safeguarding critical data in an increasingly vulnerable corporate environment, our goal is to equip you with the necessary tools to navigate safely in cyberspace. In the current digital era, where our lives unfold both in the real world and the virtual, protecting our personal information has never been so crucial. Let's start with the basics, yet fundamental: passwords. They must not only be strong and unique for each account, combining uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers and symbols, but they must also be changed regularly. This aligns with the guidelines of our organic law of personal data protection in Ecuador, as well as with the General Data Protection Regulation (GDPR) of the European Union, both promoting solid password management practices as the first line of defense against unauthorized access. Two-step verification adds an additional layer of security, operating under the principle that access requires something you know, your password, and something you have, such as a text message sent to your mobile phone. This practice, recommended by both local and international authorities, significantly complicates malicious actors' access to your accounts, even if they manage to decipher your password. Furthermore, keeping your security software up to date is not just a recommendation, it's a necessity. This includes not only antivirus, but also the operating system and applications. Frequent updates protect against newly discovered vulnerabilities, which personal data protection regulators are increasingly focusing on, underscoring the importance of this preventive measure. Together, these actions constitute the foundation of a solid online security strategy, reflecting not only best practices but also compliance with current regulations on personal data protection, both in Ecuador and internationally. However, it's crucial to remember that online security is an evolving process and requires constant vigilance and knowledge updating. For businesses, ensuring the security of client data is not just a matter of trust and reputation, but also a legal obligation. Starting with data encryption, This technique converts information to a code to prevent unauthorized access, and it is a key recommendation both from the Organic Law of Personal Data Protection in Ecuador and the General Data Protection Regulation (GDPR) of the European Union. Encryption should be applied to both data in transit and data at rest, ensuring that only authorized individuals can access it. Access control is another fundamental pillar. This means establishing clear policies about who can access what data and under what circumstances. It must be complemented with a stronger user authentication, ensuring that each person accesses only the information needed to perform their job. Businesses must be rigorous in assigning and periodically reviewing these privileges, adapting to changes in roles and responsibilities. Moreover, periodic audits are crucial. These assessments should review how data is handled, identify potential vulnerabilities, and ensure that all security practices are up to date. Audits can be internal or conducted by independent third parties, and they are an essential tool for regulatory compliance and continuous improvement of data security. Furthermore, periodic audits are crucial. These evaluations should review how data is managed, identify potential vulnerabilities, and ensure that all security practices are up to date. Audits can be internal or conducted by independent third parties and are an essential tool for regulatory compliance and continuous improvement of data security. These measures not only comply with the current legislation in Ecuador and international norms such as the GDPR, but they are also fundamental to building and maintaining customer trust. By implementing them, companies not only protect their clients' sensitive information but also strengthen their own position in the market as responsible and trustworthy entities. Remember, data protection is a shared responsibility within the organization. From top management to the last of the employees, every action counts towards creating a secure digital environment for everyone. Phishing, one of the most prevalent deception techniques in cyberspace, poses a significant threat to both individuals and organizations. It is a fraudulent scheme where attackers disguise themselves as legitimate entities, such as banks, government authorities, or well-known services, to deceive users and obtain sensitive information such as banking details, passwords, and credit card information. To combat phishing, the first step is education and awareness. Recognizing the signs of a phishing attempt is crucial. Suspicious emails or messages often contain grammatical errors, use generic greetings instead of your specific name, or apply an urgent sense of required action. Verifying the authenticity of emails and links before interacting with them is essential. This can be done by carefully inspecting the sender's email addresses and the URL of the link, looking for discrepancies or unusual characters that suggest forgery. Moreover, it's imperative never to share personal or financial information in response to unsolicited requests. Legitimate entities will never ask for this type of information through secure channels like email. Another protection measure is the use of computer security solutions, such as anti-phishing software, which can help identify and block fraudulent emails and malicious websites. These tools are fundamentals in the current digital environment and are constantly evolving to counter the increasingly sophisticated techniques used by cyber criminals. In Ecuador, the Organic Law of Personal Data Protection establishes the framework for protection against the misuse of personal data, while at the international level, initiatives like the General Data Protection Regulation (GDPR) of the European Union provide guidelines for the protection of personal information, including measures against phishing. In conclusion, avoiding phishing requires a combination of personal vigilance, ongoing education about attackers' tactics, and the use of appropriate online security technology. These practices not only protect against phishing, but also strengthen our online security comprehensively. In the current digital ecosystem, securing a company's work network is both a strategic priority and an operational necessity. The first line of defense is undoubtedly a robust firewall. This acts as a guardian, filtering incoming and outgoing traffic based on defined rules to block unauthorized access. Its effectiveness, however, depends on careful configuration and constant updating to adapt to emerging new threats. a practice supported both by Ecuadorian cybersecurity regulation and international standards like ISO/IEC 2071. Changing default passwords and routers and other network devices to strong and unique combinations is another critical step. Default passwords are well known to attackers and pose a significant security risk. Creating complex passwords combining letters, numbers, and symbols greatly complicates unauthorized access, complying with both local and global cybersecurity recommendations. Implementing virtual private networks (VPNs) for remote access is crucial in today's work environment, especially with the rise of remote work. VPNs encrypt internal traffic, ensuring that sensitive information is transmitted securely even through potentially insecure public networks. This measure not only protects corporate data but also aligns with legal obligations to protect personal and business information. As stipulated by current data protection laws, additionally, it is essential to educate and raise awareness among employees about online security best practices, including identifying phishing attempts and safely handling email and web browsing. Regular training can significantly reduce the risk of security breaches caused by human error, a recommendation consistent with cybersecurity guidelines at both national and international levels. Implementing these security measures is not only merely a matter of regulatory compliance, it is an investment in the continuity and reputation of the business. As we move towards an increasingly digitalized future, the security of our work network is not just a technical requirement, but a strategic imperative. Implementing these security measures is not simply a matter of regulatory compliance, it is an investment in the business's continuity and reputation. As we move towards an increasingly digitalized future, securing our work nature is not just a technical requirement, but a strategic imperative. In the unfortunate event that you suspect your personal information has been compromised, it is crucial to act quickly and effectively to minimize any potential damage. The first step is to immediately change the passwords for all affected accounts. Do not just change one or two. Make sure to update the access credentials for all platforms where you use similar or connected information. Next, it is essential to monitor your accounts for any unusual activity. This includes, but it is not limited to, unrecognized transactions on your bank, statements, email confirmation, messages for changes you did not make, or any other indication that someone else may be accessing your personal accounts. Early alerts can be crucial in preventing identity theft or financial fraud. Moreover, it is important to report the incident of the competent authorities. In Ecuador, the Agency for Regulation and Control of Telecommunications, ARCOTEL, is a reference, but you should also consider contacting other relevant entities such as your bank, credit card companies, and any other affected services. These organizations can offer additional assistance and take measures to protect your accounts, such as blocking cards or monitoring your accounts for fraud. Do not underestimate the power of prevention. Consider subscribing to a credit or identity monitoring service, which can alert you to potential issues before they become crises. These platforms can provide valuable early warning of suspicious activity related to your identity. Lastly, it is wise to review and adjust your privacy settings on the online platforms you use and continuously educate yourself about the best practices for online security. Cybersecurity is an ever-evolving field, and staying informed is key to protecting your personal information. Remember, in the digital age, your personal information is as valuable as any physical asset and deserves an equivalent level of protection and diligence. As we conclude our analysis on online security, it is fundamental to remember that it is a constant journey marked by technological advancement and human ingenuity. Online security is not a destination, but a continuous process that requires attention, updating, and constant adaptation. In this context, both individuals and businesses play a crucial role. By adopting the security measures we discussed today, you are not only protecting valuable assets, but also contributing to a safer and more reliable digital environment for everyone. From Solidum Lawyers, we reaffirm our commitment to security and data protection. fundamental pillars in the digital age. Our mission is to empower you with the knowledge and tools necessary to navigate this complex landscape confidently. We want to hear from you. Are there other cybersecurity or personal data protection topics you would like to explore? Do you have specific questions about how to implement these measures in your particular context? We invite you to leave your comments and suggestions below. Your feedback is vital to us and guide us in creating relevant and useful content for our community. And if this video has been useful to you, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and activate notifications. That way you won't miss future videos that are designed to inform, guide, and protect you in this constantly evolving digital world. At Solidum Lawyers, your security is our priority. We are here to help you protect what is most valuable, your information and your future in the vast and dynamic digital world. Until next time, stay safe and protected.